Yeah, from Little Kim, the Queen Bee. It's ladies' night, what? It must be Angie on the mic. The butter pea, honey, got the sugar, got the spice. Roll the L tight, keep the rhymes right, yo. I just made this motherfucker up last night. And I'm the rookie on this all-star team. Me and Kim is getting cream, like Thelma and Louise, but on chrome. Never leave that Brooklyn shit alone. So if you say it's on, then it's on. Bang this in your whips, that them cold roadie with the chips in the wrist. Here's a French kiss. I dismiss all you chicks. Spit 6 from the 4th, 5th, make it dance. Ow! I stay focused in the dopest, like a penny with the hole in it.
It's always exciting to have you join us on the program Ladies Night right here on ITV. My name is Ameze Obai Segwin, of course the Empress. And yes, I've got my ladies in the studio. I have C. White on my left and I have Mama P on my right. How are you girls doing? Let me start with C. White.
Okay, yeah, C. White, also known as Caroline Okonji. And I'm fine to be here today. But it's really been a hectic day for me today, but all the same, I'm here. So I'm fine.
All right, how about you, Mama P?
This is just plain as usual. I wonder what C. White feels like sometimes.
Don't worry, I'll tell you the recipe.
You can ask for the secret.
Oh, please, I'm not jealous.
I didn't say you're jealous. I just said you could ask the secret.
Okay, I've missed these girls. I've missed them. I've missed
It's
the
just 1
Empress.
week.
I've
Like,
missed-
seriously?
Yeah, but it's something.
Like 1 year. Then
Yeah.
this
Wow.
stay in the house something is something else. It then goes like 1 month.
Like, it makes you feel like, someone called me yesterday, say, babe, I've not seen you. I say, you've not seen me. Don't worry, I'm somewhere working. I'm not at home.
my
So
God.
don't just try to say I'm staying at home. I'm not staying at home. Yeah?
So it's not easy. Anyway, I'm fine. I'm very fine. My name is Oruche Precious, also known as Controversial Mama P, according to the Empress.
Why did you have to say according to me?
you
I'm not
keep
the only
calling
one.
me that.
I'm not the only one who calls you that, am I?
just
So,
me
but you
Exactly.
often do that.
Well,
do it more than every
that's
other
what
person.
she is. But anyways, guys, like we always have an amazing topic for you. Today is no different. We're going to be looking at fear. It's a 4-letter word, F-E-A-R. Very simple and kind of complex when you want to define it, because a few minutes ago, before we started the show, someone actually asked, Ameze, what's the meaning of fear? And I was like, okay, I know what it is. Well, how do I explain it to you? But I'm going to throw that question back to her, talking about Mama P. What is the meaning of fear?
We have to. So fear is an emotional response to perceived threats or imminent danger. It's just a response, actually, but in a negative light. You understand? Fear is never positive. So that's how I see it, though. It's just an emotional response to a perceived fear, to a perceived danger or threat. That's the simple definition of fear, without mentioning
Well,
fear.
if you say that simple, then okay. See, wait, do you have another simple definition? Let me put it like that.
So for me, I would just say fear, it's a perceived danger.
Yes.
And that is it.
Perceived danger. Okay. Anyways, we're going to be looking at fear today. We're going to look at I don't want to say there are any advantages, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you know that there's an advantage of fear. I guess my ladies might have an answer to that. But we're going to look at advantages, disadvantages, how to deal with fear, and especially when it comes as a or when it goes into the chronic part of life, let me put it like that. Because there are some people who, okay, you're afraid of this at this moment, but there are some people who take it longer than that. It's exactly, they're so extreme about it.
Yeah.
It is tormenting them, let me put it like that. Yes. So we want to talk about all aspects of fear. I think Mama P is going to talk to us about, let's start with the different types of fear.
Okay.
What are the different types of fear that you know?
We have basically, we are born with 2 types of fear,
Yeah.
or phobia. You understand?
Okay.
I don't know if it's time to digress into fear and phobia, or if we have to define again.
No, you can talk
But
about fear first.
Generally.
Because I feel phobia is like a higher level of fear.
So like when I checked the Google, I found out that the 2 basic type of fear we're born with is fear of loud sound and fear of falling down, which is actually really basic, happens to anybody regardless of age, irregardless of age.
Yeah.
You understand? Fear, you might just be going and you jump something. The fear of I might fall is always there. like you want to cross the gutter now, there's this fear of I might fall, and you might be going and then the thunder strikes. There's this shock. Shock is also a shade of fear, if you'd admit with me. So I think that's the two basic type of fear that everybody literally goes through.
Yeah, that's because we're actually born with that particular
Yeah.
one
But
you just
if you
mentioned.
if you want to intertwine the two, you talked about fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. I believe that your body does not want to get hurt.
Yeah.
If you fall down, you get hurt.
Yeah.
If you hear a loud noise, you're getting hurt because it's disturbing your hearing, it's disturbing your entire being. Your brain is screaming out loud. So I think the basic type of fear we have is the fear of getting hurt.
Yes.
Even in other types of fear, I'm afraid of this. Why am I afraid of this? Because you get hurt indirectly. So I feel that should be the basic
type of fear.
So fear is the, I don't know how to put this. Like I said, it's so complex.
But whatever,
Seriously
you just said
speaking.
fear is basically, let us just say that is being hurt, right? Yeah, but in addition to that, yes, I wouldn't want to be hurt, so it's also part of something I don't like. Now, my own personal self, like, I don't just like darkness. I'm very, very scared of darkness.
Why are you scared of darkness?
I just don't know, but I don't like it. You know, a lot of people would say, I can't sleep without light. I can sleep with light. I fall among those people who say, I like sleeping with light. Because I don't just want to see myself sleeping in the dark. I will not
Or
sleep.
you probably watched a lot of movies,
should I
especially
say?
in the olden days type of Hollywood movies, or Nollywood movies rather, where you get to see some kind of people and some kind of things operating in the night, and you feel like it's going to come near you.
Well,
there's no other explanation.
I
That's
would
what
say
it is for
yes,
most
it's
kids.
related to it. And you know, one thing about fear is it affects your emotion and your psychological mindset, and your behavior automatically reacts to those things you are afraid of. So now, with what you've just said so far, I would definitely relate it together. I'll marry them together because I have watched a lot of horror movies that after watching them, you can't sleep alone. Even you want, if they tell you to go back to your room, you will not want to go back to your room. You would want to sleep close to someone. So a lot of us, let me limit it to myself because I don't know. I don't know. Let me limit it to myself.
Watching horror movies, that's
I watched
my mom used to feel like, Ameze, there's something wrong with you. You're always watching, be careful, don't let demon come and enter you. And I'm like, well, it's just a movie. But there are a lot of people who, once they see a movie like that, they react to it. They become so scared. Every little noise they hear, every little thing that happens around them, they are always so afraid of it. But
I think what Siwat is going through is kind of a phobia.
It becomes a phobia.
That's what I would see it as. It's because I noticed when you asked her what's the reason why you get scared of darkness, she can't really tell. You had to place it for her.
No, but for real, I wouldn't say. I just have to relate it to that. Not because I don't like watching horror movies. I do, even to tomorrow, I do. But I just feel like maybe the mindset I have about horror movie, that's why I don't like the darkness coming up as a child.
I think it's just a phobia. A phobia most times doesn't really have reasons. Sometimes it does have reasons why it occurs. For those watching that don't know the meaning of phobia, phobia is just another way of saying layman language, intense fear, anxiety. Fear is something fear is an emotion, a response to what is happening currently. Anxiety is something happening, a fear for the future, what hasn't happened.
Of the unknown, you don't know it, or you're just scared of it.
That's anxiety, and that's someone like phobia. So I think most people go through phobia not for any reason. Like, you don't know the reason why you don't like this particular thing.
You probably might not know the reason, but there is a reason.
But if you go through a therapy, there's a reason.
There's
if you go through therapy,
it started somewhere, and it has
therapy,
grown.
Yes.
Okay, now I want to say this. I don't know if any of you have it, but it's still one of the fear I have. I don't like visiting someone in prison, like male. There was a time.
Were you ever jailed?
No, I don't have to be jailed.
In person.
A person who is in prison.
Yes.
Like an inmate.
Someone who is
an inmate.
Yes, an inmate. Someone who is related to you, or probably a friend of yours. Just say, okay, let's go visit my friend. Let's just take something there to help them, you know. I can't even risk it to accompany you. You know why? I feel like they are going to eat me up.
Why would they eat you up?
No, that is the mindset I have, and I don't think anyone can actually erase that from my memory, even though I know they won't do anything. But I still have the mindset that I can't go
You
there.
have weird phobias.
Oh, weird. And I also have phobia for heights.
There are things that's a common one. There are things that what she's even saying, I've heard other people say they are afraid of things like that. But have you heard people who are afraid of holding a biro? They have so much, like, there's a particular brand of biro they do not touch.
Like holding, yeah.
Probably they had an experience when one of their classmates, when they were really small, stabbed them with that biro. From that day, that biro is
like that pen.
an enemy.
It's an off to them.
She gets. There are little tiny things that people just turn into or blow it up, and it becomes something that torments them for the rest of their lives. Like, it has to take the grace of God or a therapist or a psychologist or
to get them out
just
of
to
it.
get them out. Yes, to get them out of it. Like, see right now, I think you should come for some sessions. I'm good at that.
Oh my
I will wipe it off.
Like, I don't know how you're going to do that, but I would definitely come because I really want to stop having some of those little fear. Going to see someone and in it, or probably going to the prison house as a whole to do some visiting, talk to them, share some flyers, educate them, and talk to them and all that. I won't be a party to it, but I can actually give my support, but I won't go there. So that's one of the fears I've really encountered. And
How about you, Mama P? What are you afraid of?
Really have
Are you sure? I feel like you're someone who is afraid of failing.
failing.
Failure, yeah.
Failure, yes. I think everybody is.
No,
That's not particular to me.
No, not everybody.
Okay.
Some people don't really care. I feel like
yeah.
failure.
I think the only thing I fear is poverty, being broke.
Still
You
part of
understand?
failure.
I have in-depth fear for that. Like, I don't know if any other person fears brokenness or being, if I don't receive an alert in 3 days, I feel sick. I feel like I'm going to fall sick. I have to receive an alert, even if it takes me transferring from my account to this other account.
Are you kidding me?
So that this saving account will just top up a bit. And then I have to starve because this is my food account. I've transferred out the money. But that saving account has to keep growing. So I don't think that's phobia. Is that phobia?
It's a phobia.
Yeah, of course.
You're afraid of becoming poor.
I don't want to probably, most of us, they say, picking when no get help, I suppose get sent.
Yeah.
My dad has tried so much, my parents has tried so much for me, and I know where I'm coming from. And so sometimes I just want to take them out of that place. You get, and I try so hard. We've been intimidated because we are broke. You understand? We've been intimidated, like when my mom was selling before, her shop, whatever, whenever I see her calls from school, I get scared because her neighbor literally tormented her, a wife of a popular person.
Hey, you've actually told us that
Yeah,
story before.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
you did.
know,
When we talked about bullying.
yes,
a couple of
tormented
weeks
my
ago.
mom too. And those are things that motivated me to want to just step up. Like, people's got to hear my name. Anything that would drag me down, I don't associate with it. That's the only fear I have, and a little bit of height. Although there are persons in critical conditions where they don't want to see anything height, even a step is too high for them. Yes, there are people like that, but mine is just minor. I can mind up, but apart from being poor, I don't think I fear any other thing.
Well, I also fear water.
You have a lot of phobias, please.
No, for real. And when you tell someone, when I tell someone I'm scared of
phobia
water.
for you.
Because
I'm afraid of you.
now, why not start? I can't go close to water. If I don't go close, they say, she's a banje.
That's
But I
aquaphobia.
can't swim. That is just it. So, for the fact I can't
The fear of
swim,
drowning.
No, we need to understand. People, you are scared of water.
Yeah.
There are people who's got medical condition because they cannot look at a cup of water.
yeah.
Do you understand? Those are phobias. Those are real phobias. We are just scared. I think on the surface. Do you
But that's
understand?
because yours is not an aggravated version
Yes.
of... That brings us to the disadvantages of fear and phobias as well, because you're talking about the fear of poverty, the fear of
Yes.
becoming poor. There are some people out there who, because of that phobia of becoming poor or getting poor, they go the extra mile. They are
become
so
criminals.
Exactly, they become criminals. They can do anything and
Just to
everything
make sure they have
just to
money.
ensure that fear doesn't come to reality.
That's
The same thing with you. There are people who, because they don't like to swim, they don't like water, or they're afraid of water, or afraid of drowning, they don't get to have fun. Please, swimming is fun, even though I don't know how to swim, but swimming is fun.
Oh,
At least
really?
yes.
No, but I never said I don't swim. I just said
So wait,
I have phobia for
you're not
water,
be
but-
phobia.
No, I don't want
You
to relate
can't
it to
call that
what
a
happened.
phobia.
The Empress, I wouldn't try to relate it to what happened the last time we actually went to swim.
If you want to know what happened, please send me a message on Facebook. Ameze Oba Isagwan is my name there. I will tell you what CY did. She disgraced our entire village.
Oh God, why you sounding like that?
Don't worry, I'll give you the full details. Just
That doesn't
send me a DM. Trust
Mama
me.
P, I think I have to
Avoko is my
explain to you
second
now.
job.
I have to explain to Mama P. Mama P, you need to see the way I was swimming. I actually swam boards. I didn't really go deep. But that doesn't mean
I'm
I
in
did not do
shock.
something. I did something. You need to see me swimming. Even she was just standing all through.
Okay, no, and I have to say this out loud. I don't bother sending me a direct message. I'm going to say it out loud. People.
Oh God, please, dear Prince, I think you have to
People
stop here.
were going to
Why not stop?
the adult pool and see White who says she can.
Why not just stop?
No,
It's
no, no.
okay. I'll buy you
Stop,
something. I know I'll buy you something. Okay. So just stop it.
These girls are something else. I have to deal with this all day, every day.
You know.
Don't say every day. You've been trapped in your house for the past 1 week. So how's it every day?
She knows how to handle us online, even if she's an online woman.
But sincerely, I think fear has some sort of advantage also. I think that fear keeps you in check. I don't know why I feel
does.
sometimes it keeps you in check.
Depending on the
What
type of
is-
fear and how the level, let me put it like that.
That's
Because not
true.
all fear is good fear, in fact.
That's true. And then the most common type of fear, necrophobia, that's the fear of death.
Yes. I know
That's like
someone
the most
who
common. Everybody
that is their
goes
fear.
through that, but there's some persons who are chronically scared of death. Let's talk about COVID-19.
Yeah.
They are so scared of death. Do you know that some persons have gone through health conditions because of the intake of chloroquine because they don't want to die from COVID-19?
Yeah.
And some people are
Yeah,
drinking
just-
alcohol on a daily basis, killing themselves.
Oh my God.
You're going to die before COVID-19 even gets to your area.
And the
That's-
panic is just
it's
too
increasing.
Way
in
too
the
much.
air.
Way
And you
too
know,
much.
a lot of people are, let me say, health-wise, they are not
Yes.
strong enough to stand some of those things. They
Yes.
begin to think. They just don't know when it's going to come close to them. They don't know when the virus is going to get close to them. They're just scared. And even before the coronavirus comes close to them,
Yes.
because I know it will never come close to us,
Yes.
they're already dead. Because what? Their health is so weak that they can't even stand it. And in a bid to prevent it, to avoid it, because they said you eat onion, it won't get close to you. You eat garlic, it won't get close to you. You eat ginger, it won't get close to you. You eat this, you eat that, it won't get close to you. So practically,
They're
they already
eating
eating everything. They just hear that if you take it, it will definitely scare coronavirus away from you.
I think fear of death is something we should really highlight on a bit because it's a problem. And funny enough, necrophobia is the mother of acrophobia, which is the fear of heights, aquaphobia, fear of water, and every other phobia, claustrophobia,
Almost,
fear,
not all.
almost every other phobia.
Yeah.
You understand? Fear of death, like when I did my
Supersedes
research,
all.
is like the mother. It brings that's the key aim why people are scared of certain things. Do you understand? I feel why some persons are doing. I entered the bus coming here. When I was coming here, you could see how someone was boasting that he has taken enough alcohol that the sweat in his skin is sanitizer.
Oh,
Who
God.
does that? Who does that? Like, who does that? That he's not ready to die young, that he's going to carry his kids. You will
Well-
die from something else, if not COVID-19. And you see some persons, they cannot afford mask every day. And so you see them with their mask of over 1 month now, all dirty because
They don't even want to wash.
They don't even want to wash it. At least
No,
wash it. Oga.
you can't wash. The disposable
You
ones
are not
are
supposed
unwashable.
to wash it, but if you must, if
They
you,
don't even know they have to dispose it.
No, they don't know.
You know?
Some actually do know, but
The
well,
money to get
what
another
to
one.
do?
They just keep using it. So I think if we can keep our emotions in check, if we can know that certain things will come and pass, you understand, we'll be able to keep our emotions in check. Now let's talk about this really fear of death. Some persons have high blood pressure.
Yeah.
And with the way this whole corona stuff is heightened, their BP goes high. If
With
their
the,
children
the
go
way,
out,
if the virus is going high,
their
the BP is also going high.
So we that are a little bit normal and you are watching this, you have to know how to keep your emotions in check. Like if you, one ways I researched on how to reduce phobia or fears, if you are having a reaction to something, know when to tell yourself to like stop. I don't know, I watched it on YouTube. You say know when to tell yourself to like, okay, stop, calm down. You're overreacting right now.
It's not always as easy as you're saying it.
Yeah, but I try it on myself and it works.
It takes some.
Your own is easy to do.
It's not everybody now.
So? It's easy to do.
It's not easy, but it
now
works.
you know.
Imagine me being afraid of water. There's nothing that's going to make me get into that water, no matter what any.
I'm telling myself, don't. You can enter the water, and I'll actually go.
No, sometimes people would want to give it a try.
Water, you understand? And then this is the way I told her. I was like, this is a pool. It can't drown you because you are taller than it. You see, no, this thing is deep. I said it's not deep. We measured our height. She was taller than me. I went into the pool and I stood, and it was just at my breast level. Do you understand? I said, so if you even stand, it will be in your waist. She managed to close the eye until she stood. No, I think if we can just help step by step. That's why we have sections, like you said, therapy, step by step, exposure to that particular thing the person is scared of. Not corona, please.
Wow.
But that's the trending one.
Well,
where you get to see everybody washing their hands on a daily basis.
Should be the fear for corona.
Yes. Because a lot of people,
scared.
No, not the whole world. Probably not.
Scared,
I'm not scared. What is, I don't get.
You're not scared.
For me,
no, as long as you're ensuring that you're following all precautionary measures, there's nothing to be afraid of. Because it's the fear that is causing so much catastrophe. Imagine what happened in Warri few days back.
Yeah, I think that was yesterday.
It's fear that will make a governor or a state to put out security agents, personnel rather, on the streets to stop people from coming out, and it's the fear that's caused everything that happened. As far as I'm concerned,
turning the other way around. Negative.
If we just focus on sensitizing people on the need to ensure that they practice good personal hygiene, take good care of their hands, ensure it's always clean, and they practice social distancing, I don't see why people will be afraid. It's not, corona is not a death sentence. I keep saying this every time I come on air, either on TV or on radio. It's not a death sentence. Once you have it, there are people who have actually recovered. We have about 9 cases in Nigeria currently, and in other countries there are a lot more. I saw one country, I think, I think it's UK. They have about 120 or so. 120,000 cases recovered already. So it's not a death sentence. It's not that once you have it, you are doomed. It's just like a normal sickness, like malaria.
Above all, sensitization matters a lot. Because before you send out your security personnel to practically drive everybody inside for them to stay at home, did you educate those personnel on what they are to do? Because a lot of them don't even know the reason why they are even telling them to go inside.
Yes, that's what someone said, that most of these security personnel, let's not call a particular armed force name, does not even know what is happening. They just know that they shouldn't be seen outside. And it's somehow, and also, I think it's high time the Inspector General of Police and whoever is in charge of the army and every security agencies teach their personnel how to be human with fellow Nigerians or citizens. Like, there's a way you see in foreign places, you hear things like, please step out of your car. Please do this. They add please even while they're putting you in the
well, we're in Nigeria, and before we get there, it's going to take a lot.
You know what I like about Nigerians?
Let's just be frank and sincere with each other. We are in Nigeria. Have you, as any police officer, it's hard, but it's possible. I've actually seen a police officer saying, please, ma, can I check your bag? He was older than I am, and I'm like, why are you checking my bag? He was polite about it.
And he explained why he wants to search your bag.
I won't dare say, why are you searching? Like, the first thing is to slap me. You understand? That's Nigeria for you. That's because we are basically a lawless society, seriously speaking.
And I heard someone saying something one day, said, it has to do with this COVID-19 whole story. So he said, do you know why they will keep telling us about the dangers attached to this coronavirus rather than telling us how to probably help ourselves
Avert it,
and
yes.
avert it. Yes, exactly. He said because the best language we understand is fear. So for us to maintain security and for us to adhere to all the precautionary measures that has been given out to us, it is better they
induce
continue
fear.
to induce fear. Because that's the only language we understand.
Exactly. For some
But,
people, though.
yeah, exactly. For some people, that is not the best way to learn. Because I, for one, I don't like learning in a hard way. If you think you want to make me to be scared of this particular thing for me to avoid it, trust me, I would want to give it a try. I would want to say, okay, fine, for you to have stopped me from doing this, I want to know the reason behind it. So some people are like that. So if you really want to educate someone or make someone understand the fact that this thing is not good, you have to avoid this thing, educate the person first. Make the person see reasons with you why you don't want him or her to do this. So this whole coronavirus of a thing, telling us to sanitize our hands all day, wash your hands with 4 hours, don't touch your nose, don't touch your mouth. And yet you keep seeing those people educating us not to touch our eyes and nose, touching theirs. It will be very difficult for you to adhere to. You understand? I could remember when Ebola came out, they were like, use salt to bathe. A lot of people died as a result of that.
Too much sauce.
It was fear of
You
it's
know,
going to come
fear.
to me, so I must ensure that it does not come. That's what happened then, and it's going to happen again with
There's
this whole
violence is already
coronavirus.
coming in. You know, violence in Warri now. Sorry
It's
to anyone
going-
who's lost anyone,
it is.
but violence is already coming in. You know, people, Nigerians mostly know how to heighten things in the wrong direction.
Exactly.
You understand? Just, it's a simple instruction. Restock your house as much as you can. My brother went to the market and he said that things are going on in the market, meaning from time to time, you can just go to the market. If the government is not helping us, you have to help yourself. You can just go to the market and restock. But what they want is they are trying to discongest the market. It shouldn't be as before.
Crowded as
it shouldn't
it
be
was.
crowded as before. So you can, let's help ourselves. The only way we can get out is not to spread the virus. Reno Omokri said on Instagram that if you check virus, it has 2 words. It has the I and the U. Virus can only spread if you and I take it out there. And we can contain it if you and I stay indoors. So if you're watching this episode also, coronavirus is still out there, still very
It's
much
very
out there.
real.
You don't have to be scared and be doing my neighbor, be like my neighbor taking chloroquine morning and night, please.
Even when the thing has not come close to you.
Please.
Okay, now, you know, a lot of people, Nigerians, are very good in copying. I don't know why we are like this. But it hurts me so bad that after copying, instead of doing exactly what we copied, we'll add our own jar. Why? These security personnel that are trying to forcefully tell them to stay indoors, I believe it was what we copied from the western parts
I
of the
don't
country.
think it is because
No,
I'm
not going. I said I think. I'm not
we shouldn't
saying.
be going into that because
I'm
we
not
are
trying
not
to.
a part of the security outfits.
No, I
in
am
your
not
country.
really trying to.
So
put
don't
blame
say
for-
you're don't even allege that they're copying because they know their job. So let's not even go into that aspect. They have their own tactics. They have their own
Their
ways
rules,
of
doing things.
enforcing any law or any rule that has been set in place. So let's not talk about that. It's for them to up their game and ensure that they do it positively and in a way that it will be effective and not bring harm to anybody or themselves as well. Okay, so before we head out of the studio, we talked about advantages at the beginning. Do you think there's any advantage of fear or phobia of any type?
Phobia has no advantage as long as I'm concerned. It's actually, to me, a medical condition, a minor medical condition, this, depending on the level of phobia you get. Like, I wouldn't want to say that autism is almost under phobia. If you want to check it, if you check with psychology, yes. So I think there's no advantage to phobia, but for fear of, let me say, my parents now keeps me in check. Fear of going to hell keeps me in check. Certain fears on minor axes keeps one in check. Apart from those little positive fears, I don't think any other fear keeps anybody.
Okay, how about you, CY? Do you think there's any advantage in any area, in any sense of fear?
Oh, well, I would say yes.
Okay.
Not much, but to some extent, like you said, it keeps you in check. And now, if you're this kind of person that is scared of late night, trust trust me, it will make you to be able to go out and come back on time. And on the other side, I would also say that the disadvantage supersedes the advantage, because when we talk about the disadvantage, it will practically bring you down. It will restrict you. It will make you do some little things that you are not supposed to do, but it will make you hide yourself. There will not be a sense of belonging. Every little thing you want to do, you're always thinking, what would the outcome be like? So for the advantage, it's very, very limited. But for that one, you know, I don't like darkness, so that's why I talked about it. So.
Okay. Do you have any final advice to people out there who may have one thing or the other they're afraid of, or they have a phobia? Most people who have phobias, some of them don't even know that they have a phobia. They would argue with you, but you can see it so clearly. So what's your advice to them as regards trying to, should I say, get out of it?
Okay, just keep, talk to someone if you know it's intense. You know, talk to someone about it. Talk to someone, open your mind to it. Yeah, a lot of persons in this part of the world. Therapy, I think, is something Nigerian has not invested so much into. You hardly see a certified therapist that the full-time work is therapy. You understand? Talk to someone about it, and even you can do your personal online research about what you are scared of. Do you understand? So you can just help yourself. Although age sometimes helps out with phobias, you know, the more you grow up, adrenaline and everything is reducing, is coming in check. Yeah. Naturally, it just reduces. But if you know you're an adult, then you're still scared of certain things. Some people are just so scared of even spiders. That's arachnophobia. People are just so scared of it. Like a big girl cannot even, she'll be screaming and embarrassing
for good reason, please. For good reason.
Because I think everyone is scared of that.
Actually, I'm not. I'm more scared of gutters.
Gutters, okay.
Yeah, she doesn't like jumping them. You hear when she says, I'm not going to jump.
Unremovable scar on my leg because I fell into. No, I didn't fall into it. I almost fell into gutters.
Yeah.
If you're in Benin, you know Ugbo Road. Near Uselu side,
like, you can't forget those
moments. She won't.
I fell twice on 2 different occasions, and I got injured on the same spot. The same part of my leg got injured. So you and I'm sorry I have to do this to you, Father. But my dad actually said, why would you be jumping such a big gutter? Why would you didn't see where to cross? And I was like, I didn't see, and I had to just, and the place that was, he said, shut up your mouth. The next time you cross, you will fall down inside and you will break your leg. And since that day, even small gutter cannot jump again. Like, I'm so afraid. It's
you ought to be afraid.
And there's nothing that Precious is going to do to me. I don't know the work that you did on your friend that she was able to get. There's nothing you're going to say to me that's going to make me jump that gutter. But anyways, how about you? Last words before we head out.
Okay, I would say you have to embrace your fear. You have to
embrace. On what it is. You know,
no, yes.
Corona.
Yes, no. I'm not trying to say you have to embrace coronavirus, but sometimes there are little fears you get to see yourself running away from. You have to face them, and also educate yourself. Like you said, go online, Google, find out things about a particular fear that you were having, and try as much as possible to pick out the success aspect of it, because sometimes what you're afraid of can be your success. So try as much as possible to understand why you are afraid of that thing. Are you afraid of it because it's going to ruin you, or are you afraid of not trying to find out why you are scared of it and make good use of it? And you know, sometimes they say your fear can be your success. So find out if your fear is your success and make use of it. And also talk to people about it. Yes. Talk to people about it, about how you feel, and seek advice from them, like positive advice. It hasn't, if you don't have to be negative one, because sometimes they would advise you negative. So you should be smart enough to pick the positive one, because they say out of nonsense there's always a sense. So pick the sense and make good use of it. All
right, ladies, thank you so much for being a part of the show today, and as well to you out there who has been watching us on the program. It's been Ladies Night on ITV. Join us on radio as well on Friday at exactly 7:30 p.m. It's always a full house. It's always so amazing. So do well to join us. And of course on TV, we'll be here again, same time, same station. And of course, my name is Ameze Obaisiagbon. Have a beautiful night rest.
And it don't stop.